Man, oh man, I'm just trying to figure out who said something tonight because it must have been somebody on Twitter, must have been somebody in the announcing. I don't know, but Phillies almost had a no hitter tonight. Turnbull looked great. Alec Bohm looked great, and we're going to get all into that tonight. What's up, everybody? My name's Eric, also known as Shard, here on the 302 Birds post game show. I have a special guest with me tonight, my brother Ryan, also known as Mahomes Visuals, soon to be Hertz Visuals on TikTok.
Hello.
All right, so we're going to go ahead and get into this. Our first topic of tonight: Turnbull fucking shoved. Like I said earlier, Turnbull almost had a no hitter. He did let up one hit, I believe, in the 7th inning. He was around 80 pitches when he let it up, so his control was getting a little bit down. His velocity was a little bit down, but he looked absolutely phenomenal. His ERA right now is now down to a 1.23. That is one of the lowest ERAs in all of MLB right now. He went tonight for 92 pitches, went for 7 innings pitched, 1 hit, 2 batters walked, and 6 Ks. And then, like I said, his ERA right now is down to a 1.23. Ryan, what do you think about that?
I think Turnbull is doing pretty good. He's shutting people out. I think they should keep him in over Walker.
Yeah, I definitely saw that over Walker. I definitely saw that Walker right now is in a rehab assignment down in, I believe, AAA. I definitely don't agree with what I read earlier, the reports saying that they're going to turn Turnbull to the bullpen as a reliever and bring Walker in. I think definitely it should be the other way around. I think that Turnbull right now should be staying in the starting rotation. I think Walker should be the reliever. I think they need to ease Walker back into that starting role and not just give it to him right away. So I see here in the comments that, Star Wars 99, what's going on, Star Wars 99? This is the Trey Turner I expected when we signed him. Just need Bryce to warm up and we're golden. Yeah, I definitely agree. I think Trey Turner definitely had a great night. I believe he was 4 for 4 or 3 for 4. He had some great hits, great contact on the bat. Definitely was getting on base. And yeah, that's the guy we paid $300 million for. That's the guy that we were hoping, was going to show up at the start of last season. And unfortunately it took him a while, but new place. Definitely probably was nervous last year. Definitely needed some time to warm up as well. But yeah, I'm really happy that Trey is warming up. I think Bryce definitely needs to warm up as well. Bryce is having good contact. I just don't think he's putting the ball where it needs to be. And we're definitely a top-heavy offense as well. So if the top 3 can definitely get warmed up and hitting, we'll definitely be off to a good start. We're literally right behind the Braves right now, and I keep saying this every post-game show. Definitely need to start winning games now so we can get ahead on the Braves. But our next topic, Bohm had a fucking night. Had a night. I did not see this coming. I did not think Bohm was going to go, back-to-back homers. Bohm tonight has 2 homers. He was 2 for 4. Had 2 home runs, 6 RBIs. So he had 2 home runs back-to-back in his at-bats. They were both 3-run home runs. He had 6 RBI and 2 runs. Ryan, what did you think about that?
I think it was pretty good. Bohm did have like a hell of a night. And I think if he keeps playing like this, he could probably move up in the lineup.
Okay, so do you think that Bohm should stay the cleanup hitter then?
Yes.
Okay, so you think he should take over for Realmuto's spot then?
Yes.
Why?
Because if he plays better than Realmuto, then they'll probably move him down. And if Bohm keeps hitting home homers like what he is right now, then they'll move him up.
Okay, yeah, I definitely agree. I definitely think that Realmuto I think he's better away than he is home, and statistically that shows. Um, when we were playing away, I believe it was against I want to say it was the Cardinals, and I could be completely wrong, but I know he definitely had a couple home runs when we were away on that little road trip that we had. Um, but yeah, I definitely think that if Bohm does keep producing, that he, should be moved up into maybe the cleanup spot like he was last year. Rob definitely liked putting him in the cleanup spot a lot last year. Um, some games it worked, some games it didn't. Really just depends on who's hot at the time. And honestly, right now, Bohm is one of the hotter hitters. If not for him, we probably wouldn't have had such a great outing that we did with the score being 7-0. Probably would have only been 1-0, and we're going to get to why it would have been 1-0 in a minute. But yeah, in Star Wars, I see your thing here. Turnbull, definitely a great pitcher. We definitely have one of the best starting rotations right now. Between Wheeler, Nola, Suarez, Sanchez, and Turnbull, the ERA right now is a 2.41 ERA through the top five.
Can I add on to that?
Yeah, go ahead.
I think Turnbull was definitely better than Lorenzen.
Um, yeah, I mean, I can see that because I mean, Lorenzen definitely he had that one great outing with a no hitter, but after the no hitter, he kind of went downhill.
He
And
did.
knock on wood, I really hope that Turnbull continues this because I think he was a great trade. I believe we got him from the Tigers. Let me tell
Yeah,
you.
it was the Tigers.
Yeah, I definitely think he was a great trade from the Tigers. I didn't think he was going to be as great as what he's doing right now, but people come to Philly, whether it's the Phillies or the Eagles, and Philly knows how to make players great, and I think that's phenomenal for what our organizations here in Philly are able to do. But going back to that ERA, the second greatest ERA from the top five in Philly's history looks like it's 2011 when that was Holiday, Lee, Oswalt, Hamels, and Blayton. They had a 3.47 ERA. So this is one of the best ERAs right now in Philly's history in all of baseball right now. And I know that, towards the beginning of the season, we were kind of clowning on Phillies having the number one bullpen and them letting up runs, which granted, Soto the other night, I went to the game Wednesday night. Me and Ryan went. Soto definitely did not look that great, but the starting rotation is doing their job. Ranger the other night did his job. Because Ranger was able to do his job the other night, it gave the bullpen more time to rest.
Mhm.
So going into our next topic, and what I said earlier, Whit had his first home run in a Phillies uniform. Ryan, what do you think about that?
I think that was pretty good. I've just been saying this all season. Every hit that he got was closer to getting a home run.
Yeah, he's definitely making great contact off the bat. And I know, you were telling me earlier, he definitely was hitting a lot of foul balls. And like you've been saying, if he was able to kind of square that up and put that into play, he definitely would have been able to hit more home runs in his previous at bats. And he was able to do that tonight with a home run, which I think a lot of us were surprised about. I think that it kind of came out of nowhere for him to hit a home run just because he is a rotational player. And I believe they said on the broadcast earlier that Whit was hitting over 300 last year, which is a
Mm.
pretty good batting average, but he's just not doing that right now. And I really hope that we see him warm up. We see him, be the back end guy that we know that he can be. Just because the end of our rotation, our batting rotation right now, it's just not that great. It's not that great,
Mm.
especially with Nick sitting there. I believe he's the eighth hitter. He's 7 or 8, but Nick is just I don't know what's going on. That's your favorite player. Maybe you know what's going on, but but Nick looks terrible, dude. Like, what is going on with your favorite player?
I don't know, man. I already put his jersey in the trash.
Yeah, Ryan did send a video earlier. He put his jersey in the trash. I'm gonna see if I can pull it up here real quick before the end of the show. Um, yeah, I don't know what's going on. I don't know what's going on with Nick. Like,
I think he has like personal issues or something.
he has to have something. He has to have something, dude. Like, I don't know what Nick's issue is, and I don't know what we can do to fix that. Like, I think the main issue with Nick is like he he just doesn't show any desire or like want to play right now. Like, you look at Nick and you look at Rojas right now.
Hmm.
Rojas isn't that great. I'm not on the Rojas train at all. Okay.
Hmm.
But my thing with Rojas is Rojas is showing that he can make adjustments. He's trying to get better. He wants to get better. You look at the other night on Wednesday when we were at the game when he played last, because yesterday was an off day. He had a single and a double. He was making great contact off the bat. Granted, it was against the Rockies. Granted, the Rockies are a bum organization, loser organization, like Bryce Harper
Hmm.
said last year. But still, he's making adjustments. I just don't see that from Nick. I don't.
Me neither.
I don't think he's making the adjustments. I don't think
Hmm.
he's doing what he needs to do. And I think he needs to be benched for a few games. I think, honestly, you have a great platoon for your outfield right now. You have Marsh, Pache, Rojas, and Merrifield. You sit Nick for a few games, you have a 4-man rotation between those 4 players I just listed,
Hmm.
and you sit Nick until he's able to produce.
Or we just move Nick to the 9th spot.
I don't want Nick playing at all.
True.
I don't want Nick playing at all right now. I don't think Nick needs to play at
He's
all.
good on the outfield, but not at batting.
I don't know what his issue is, and I really hope that it fixes itself soon, because if not, it's just a guaranteed out. And I really think he's starting to drag down this team with the outs that he is producing. Just trying to see if I can get your video to pop up, because I think this is really funny. It's not looking like it's popping up, though, unfortunately. Yeah, it's not opening. Oh, well. But basically, he threw his jersey in the trash and gave it the nice one-finger salute. So, but to close out the show tonight, Phillies are on a roll. They are on a roll. They have a 4-game win streak right now. Granted, it's against teams that are absolutely trash, but like we've been saying on the show, we need to win these games now. If we look at the MLB standings, which I'll pull up here on the screen for you guys like I always do. If we look at the MLB standings right now, Braves are at 12-5. Phillies are at 12-8. We are 4 games above 500. We're 1.5 games back. Mets are at 10-8, Nationals 8-10, and Marlins are at 4-16. So we are 1.5 games back from the Braves right now. Mets are 2.5 games back from us. So we need to start winning these games. Like I've been saying, do not want the Mets to creep up on us, because we would never hear the end of it from Mets fans. But Phillies are on a roll. 4-game win streak, 12-8. They have 2 shutout games in the last week. One against the Rockies, one against the wow. Why am I having a brain fart? One against the White Sox tonight. Definitely seeing a lot more contact off the bat. Definitely seeing a lot more home runs and just seeing a lot better baseball than we've been seeing. Ryan, what do you think about that? Well, he's in La La Land, but Phillies are definitely having a great night. Phillies win the game 7-0. Phillies are on a roll, and that's all I have for you tonight. So definitely hoping to see another sweep here in the next coming days over the weekend. Definitely hoping to see the Phillies get up to at least 14-8 because they are 12-8 right now. If they win the next 2 games, they'll be up to 14. Definitely need to see the Braves lose some more games as well. So, on that note, guys, have a good night. Phillies, absolutely phenomenal. Definitely what we want to see going into this long stretch of games coming up. And we will see you tomorrow for another Phillies post-game show. Have a good night, everybody.